what you're doing. If you don't do something different, you won't be where you want to be. You don't necessarily have to be on the top 10 bestsellers, everything. As long as you do what feels good to you, if you can sell some books, if you can sell some product. One of the best ways to sell some product is with a captive audience. Where's your most captive audience? Everybody speak at once. Somebody said what? Church is the #1 market. When I was at Gospel Radio 1399, I wrote my first book. I was so happy to be a member of Christ Universal Temple. You know how many people that holds, right? Well, I didn't do that to get that exposure because in all actuality it took me like 8 years to write my first book because somewhere in my mind I had the idea that you had to have a PhD to write a book, and I didn't have it. It's just a story that was in my head. I don't know where it came from, but that's what stopped me for 8 years. So I finally got around to it. But getting back to Christ Universal Temple, when they asked me about to do a book signing, I was thrilled. I was honored. Who wouldn't want that kind of exposure? So I suggest to you, whatever church you belong to, and the top 10 people that are the closest to you, you need to be at some church on every Saturday or Sunday or Wednesday. You need to be there because the people who read are in church. I mean, there are a lot of other places too, but they are in church. Are they not? Anybody here read the Bible? Can I get a witness? So you want to come to your church, and your friend's church, and your friend's church, and all their relatives, and their friend's church. This goes on, so on and so forth. I mean, there's just a whole lot of stuff that I can tell you, but I just can't tell it to you at one time. How was the questions? Anybody have any questions? Nobody has any questions. This is unbelievable. This is the first time ever.
What's the best way to use Facebook and Twitter? I'm just a real novice when it comes to that.
I am not the marketing professional, but I can tell you what has worked for us. And I hate to shut it down like this, but we have I have a Facebook page, and the organization has a Facebook page. And I hate to say it, but when you have a page where you can allow people to post on it, you get all kind of garbage. If I see another gym shoe, I'm going to scream. So, you know, you hate to stop allowing people to post, but I think it's gotten to the point where they need to send you the information. You need to validate what they want to post before you allow them to post, because a lot of it's just garbage. So you can have a family page, because that's where we're getting to the point, because people they've lost their minds. I never see another gym shoe. I can't get you with that. Again, it won't be too soon.
Okay.
There's a young man by the name of Sybounds. You can reach him at sybounds@gmail.com. A marketing, social media genius. Did you all hear what I said? Sy, Bounds, B-O-U-N-D-S. Sybounds@gmail.com. He taught us how to start a blog, which is just like a website. And you can put your book on there. Did I say it free? How many people want to have a blog? 1, 2, 3. Everybody in here should have a blog. It's like a website. It is free. You can go to jewelry on it. You know that, right? Yes, ma'am. You can go to jewelry on that. Take pictures of everything you have. Put it on the blog. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
On the blog. Yeah. Books. You know, you put anything on it. Another great way for authors. You've seen commercials, right? Do any of you have commercials for your books? One person, 2 people. Trailer, same thing. If you go to hireyournetwork.org, you will see trailers for Inspirational Conversations Volume 1 and 2. You will see, I don't think there's one for that. We'll see Chef Tony, my cameraman, has a book called Chef Tony's Southern Style Cooking with a Twist. It's fat back hog long without the fat on it. But it's so food it won't give you high cholesterol. He makes the main dish. You see, I ain't about a pound, so this is good cooking. Anyway, that on there, you can look at Forum3, Gospel Radio 1390, and some others. But they're all on there. My point is, you have to have something visual. People look at more television than ever. If you can grab their attention with a little mini commercial, you got something going. That's a hook to get them to come and look at the book. Because how many people read as opposed to how many people listen to videos, watch videos, is startling. Or read a video, or watch a video before we read a book. So if you don't have a commercial or a trailer, you need to sign that list so that we can help you make that happen. Okay? And that's what this flyer is, so be sure to stop by and get one to reach your readers with commercials. Any questions? Yes, ma'am.
You named a website for the trailer, I think.
HigherLearningNetwork.org, www.higherlearningnetwork.org. Writing book, I hate to say it, but lack of a better word, writing was the easy part.
Yes.
As hard as it was, writing was the easy part. Marketing is the animal. Marketing is 24/7. You never leave home without a book, without a hat, without a pencil, without something that has your book on it. The first 2 years that my book was published, I carried a book with me everywhere I went. Everywhere. My book was my purse. I didn't carry a purse. I gave up flyers and bookmarks. Well, thanks to technology, I don't have to do that anymore. You know, people see you and they're like, oh, yeah, you always want to have something with you. How many of you have flyers or postcards or pencils or hats or t-shirts or something? Because the book is good, but we're just so around with all this visual stuff. So we have to have something else to grab your attention. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
How successful is e-blasting?
Well, e-blasting depends on, there are a lot of factors that determine it, whether or not you have if you're sending out a newsletter or just an email. There's a difference. How many of you are for-profit, how many of you are non-profit? One non-profit? 4 non-profits? Oh, you're for-profit. So most of you here are for-profit. For for-profit, I only know a few, like Eye Contact and somebody else. Yeah, but if you're a non-profit, or you can get with a non-profit, there's an organization that will offer to free of charge. And this is the point where you're going to cut the camera off, because I'm not doing it, okay? Verticalresponse.com. Verticalresponse.com. So if you know someone, like a church or a nonprofit agency, or a school, or a business that's nonprofit, you can sign up and produce a newsletter. Now, the success of that newsletter depends on how often you send it out, who your target market is, or what are you trying to convey in that newsletter. Are you trying to sell something, or are you trying to, what are you trying to do? The first thing you've got to do is to build a relationship with these people, not because, you know, when we get email, we automatically know what you're trying to sell. How many of you feel like that? What you're trying to sell? You know, sense of information. Like you have this office forum. I would send something on a regular basis, a week, every other week, a month, how often we decide to do it, on ways to improve or promote marketing your product. Because there are unlimited ways. I remember when, who was it? I can't remember the name of the shop, but I had a girlfriend who owned a beauty shop. And I sold books in the beauty shop, and I sold in a bookstore. Offbeat places, beauty shops, barber shops, car dealer shops, anywhere that you can think of. Laundry hat. I sold books in the laundry hat. You got plenty of time to sit there and have a conversation. How many of you have had experiences like that? Yeah. So, did that answer your question? I just rant sometimes. I'm sorry.
About video blogging.
Video blogging, absolutely. You know, we're visual. Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
I write plays sometimes.
What's the best way to there is no best way. The best way for you, depending on your target market, is being social on the internet. You can write, you can make up flyers. But what you really need is a cross-campaign, a cross-marketing campaign. You do radio, you do television, you do print, you do social media. forgot, we have some CDs called How to Get Free Radio, Television Advertising, in case anybody was interested here. They usually sell for $29.99. You know, it's a hot day, they're only $10. Is that a good price?
Yes.
Oh, we can make it $19.99. 10 is good? Okay, cool. So that's one thing. You need radio, you need TV, you need print, you need Facebook, you need Twitter, you need LinkedIn, you need Technorati, you need some interns, you need a lot of help because you're going to use a lot of sleep. Because it's a lot of work to be done. And it's an ongoing process. It's every day. It's not like I do something this week and I don't do anything else the rest of the week. That's not how it works. It's an ongoing process. You got some kids who are always in your pocket, make them earn that money. Put them on the people. Like you do anyway, right? So it makes sense to me? Yes, ma'am.
If you're doing a signing or some type of event that's coming up, how long would you give that? If you are trying to come, if you're coming out with a book signing, how long would you give that event to promote it to make sure that you get enough?
4 to 6 weeks. The radio they call us 4 to 6 weeks. And you say, I so far, people are busy. People have things to do. So 4 to 6 weeks is a good time, and then you don't just send it at one time. You have to keep sending it. That's why those relationships are so very important. And because there are a lot of talk shows, especially with Blog Talk Radio now. There's a lot of talk shows you can get on. This doesn't have to be major market. You can be, just go to Blog Talk Radio. There's 1,000 folks on there with radio shows. So 4 to 6 weeks is long. You can't do it in a month. I would push it, but 4 to 6 weeks is good. Because how many of you send PSAs out to the television community calendar? Nobody knew about that? That's why I'm here. Oh my God. Oh, sorry, talking. Okay, well, WGN, WMQC, they're on the community calendar. If you have any event that is going on, you can send it in 4 to 6 weeks in advance. Go to the website and click on community calendar. It's there.
I thought we had to be non-for-profit to be on the community calendar.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Oh, okay.
And what's the way to get around it? If you're not a nonprofit?
To join with a non-profit.
Did you hear what she said?
Say that again. To join with a non-profit.
And that way you can get your information on. Our information on all the time. Because we send them stuff all the time. So you got to send them stuff. They need something to do. The person who doesn't count is probably an intern. It's sitting there right now. Get something to do. So they're waiting on you. Okay?
What's the easiest way to get on shows like Tyra and Dr. Phil and those type of shows?
Watch those shows. That's a good question. Watch those shows and see. As a matter of fact, we'll have coming up 2, 3, 4 weeks ahead of time. And you can call and position yourself as an expert. But you got to talk to the who? Producer. You'll probably do that by email. You're a prime example. Don't touch my danger zone. Isn't it time to go back to school the next month or so?
That's right.
This is your prime opportunity to be on Dr. Phil and all the other shows we can think about. Because as you begin to go back to school, the parents are letting the kids go, and they need to know things as they're around the school or even at home. So school, so do you get the point?
Yes.
Her target market is children, youth. And July, August, September, actually really it's year-round, especially August, September, October, Halloween, November, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it just goes on. So,
yeah, every day.
As long as you get the producer and stay in contact with them.
Okay.
Yep, and don't send them attachments. They don't like the attachments, send it in the body of the mail.
Okay.
Okay, last question.